Alright, so what is up, guys? I hope you're having a blessed day, and even if it doesn't feel like it, do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your request to God, and the peace of God, which transcends understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. But listen, guys, in Joshua chapter 5, verses 2 to 7, it says, "On this occasion, the Lord said to Joshua, 'Make flint knives and circumcise Israel for the second time.' So Joshua made flint knives and circumcised the Israelites at Gibeath Haraloth. This was the reason for the circumcision. All of the So listen, this was the reason for the circumcision that God was asking Joshua to do, right? Of all the people who had come out of Egypt, every male or military age had died in the wilderness during the journey after they came out of Egypt. Though all the men who came out were circumcised, none of those born in the wilderness during the journey after the departure from Egypt were circumcised. Now the Israelites wandered for 40 years in the wilderness, until all the warriors among the people that came forth from Egypt died out, because they had not listened to the voice of the Lord. For the Lord swore that he would not let them see the land he had sworn to their ancestors to give us, a land flowing with milk and honey. It was the children God raised up in their stead whom Joshua circumcised, for these were yet with foreskins, not having been circumcised on the journey." So listen, guys, in the same way that these Israelites had to be circumcised even though their ancestors were circumcised, in that same way, sometimes we think, in that same way, we have to make sure that we are truly following God, that we are surrendered, that we are living a life that honors God, and that we are obeying His word in a true relationship with Him, and not just lean on others. People, maybe people who may follow God that are older than us, right? Or people, our parents, our grandparents, right? My dad is a pastor, all these type of things. Just because, sometimes people think because people in their family, follow God, let's say they serve God, whether they're a pastor, a priest, or this or this or that, they think, "Oh, I'm good, right? I don't gotta do anything." Like, I mean, my dad did this, my grandmother did this, my ancestor did this, I'm good. But the Israelites could have thought this too. They could have thought, my ancestors were circumcised, I don't gotta get circumcised. But guess what? They still had to get circumcised, because though their ancestors had been circumcised, they weren't. So in the same way, though someone that may be in your family, someone in your bloodline may have followed God, doesn't mean that you exactly do as well. You yourself have to make sure that you are following God with your personal heart as well, in a true relationship with God. So this is something that I want to encourage you guys with today, guys. Just stop leaning on others for your salvation, but make sure that you have self-awareness for yourself. Am I following God?